Hello, everyone, and welcome to Your Mind, Your Reality, Your Results, a weekly live show where I speak with an expert in the subject of mindset so you can change your mindset and ultimately get the amazing results that you want in your life. I'm so pleased to be welcoming Rich Perry to the show today. Thanks so much for being here, Rich.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you for the invitation.
Excellent. Well, you guys should be getting excited about this and hearing what Rich has to say. It's really important stuff. In case we haven't met before, my name is Leah Fink. I'm the owner and founder of All Thrive, and I give people the skills they need to have amazing relationships, both personally and professionally. If you want to learn more about that, I would love to connect. So please reach out and you can go to allthrive.ca to get all that contact info. But you are, of course, not just here for me today. You are here to hear from Rich, and you don't want to miss this. So if you have any comments and questions as we are talking, please feel free to put those in the comments. And if you're watching the show and we're not live anymore, you can still put that in the comments. We can get back to you and answer any questions you have. So, Rich, as I always like to start off the show here, I would love to hear a little bit about your journey and how you became a communication strategist.
I've always been in communications, Leah. I started in college. I was on the radio show. Had a radio program. I started doing marketing. From there, I was always like speaking, public speaking, just hosting events and things like that, and just learning things for myself. And then slowly and surely, people started asking me for tips and advice and this. And I said, wait, this is what I'm meant to do. You know what I'm saying? So, it was kind of like I got into it just as an interest, and then people just started asking for advice. And I said, okay, well, obviously this is my calling. This is where I need to be helping people.
That's really cool. It was clearly meant to be that everything was drawing you towards that. And what particularly drew you to the social media piece of this?
Again, I think it was really just learning it for myself and then being that person. So when I first started my coaching journey, all right, long story short, I was a therapist for a long time. So when I first got into the coaching space, I really focused more on like empowerment coaching, kind of like life coaching, mindset coaching, things like that. But I was like, oh, well, I need to learn this about social media. I need to learn more about LinkedIn. I need to learn more about Facebook. And I started like doing all that content related stuff and being able to position myself. And I really started to like it. So I then ended up switching. And of course, I still rely on, empowerment coaching and mindset and things like that, because sometimes you're working with an entrepreneur, you're working with a coach, and you're helping them develop that communication strategy, or you're helping them to leverage their LinkedIn, and they don't believe it in themselves, or they need that confidence boost. So I do get to weave in that mindset stuff, and I do get to weave in that empowerment coaching. We're just focusing in a different area, but we still touch on it sometimes.
Totally. And I can very much empathize with that experience, coming in, trying to help people in this very human centered way and having to explore social media as part of that journey because it's critical to a lot of businesses in today's world. So
Sure.
to start out, I would just love to hear a little bit about what are some of the challenges you really see with entrepreneurs as they're starting this journey or have been slogging along in this journey and trying to figure out their social media strategy.
I see a lot of people that they don't know how to utilize the platform. Like, they know it's good. They know they're supposed to be on Facebook, or they know they're supposed to be on LinkedIn, or they know they're supposed to be on Instagram. But it's not a matter of just being on the platform, because there are millions and billions of other people out there vying for that same space. They're vying for that same digital real estate, right? There's how many coaches out there, how many speakers out there. It's creating um that social profile that speaks to who you are, letting it be like that digital extension of your awesomeness, right? Because when I go to your page, I go to your LinkedIn profile, I go to your Facebook page, like, do I get the impression of really who you are and how great you are and how you really help people? Or is it just like there. Luckily, it maybe has a photo of you, maybe it's pixelated, you forgot to put in your title, you forgot to talk about who it is, who you are, you forgot to put your website on there. Oh shucks, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I go to those pages and I can't tell you how many LinkedIn profiles I've been to, and it's just this, haggard photo of them from 5 years ago at the family barbecue. And it's not a real looking, it's not a professional looking photo of them. They forgot to put in what it is that they do. They, added the wrong spaces and now it's all, ugly looking. They forgot to put their website or contact information. It's like, how am I supposed to contact you? How am I supposed to reach out to you? I don't even know what you do. And I have no way of connecting with you because you forgot to put your email on there. A lot of times it's super simple stuff that just it just didn't register, or they didn't know how important it was, those basics.
Yeah, I mean, hearing that is very worrisome, right? First of all, oh no, what am I doing wrong? And feeling like I have some of those basics down. If some other people are listening and they're like, well, of course I have a professional picture and I have my email and website. Do you find that there's a lot of people who are at kind of that middle stage as well, as, I've started establishing it, and like, now where do I go? I know I've got the basics down.
Right. So I have that stuff. Now what?
Yeah,
right.
that part.
So yeah, I mean, and that's there too. That's a big thing too. And if I could, like, real quick, I remember when I was studying martial arts as a kid, okay? And I had taken a break from martial arts, maybe because of like basketball or school or whatever it was, and I wrote a letter, okay? Because this is back in the day when I wrote a letter to my sensei to say, sensei, I'm on a break for a little bit. What can I do to practice? And in my head, I was thinking, he's going to send me this list of just the best and most badass techniques to be practicing on my time off. And he wrote back this very simple letter, and he was like, Rich, just basics, basics, basics. He's like, you know what to do, do this, do 100 kicks a day, do 100 punches a day. And the basics, the basics, the basics. And a lot of that is with social media. Like, it's things that we overlook. It's things that we think, oh yeah, I put it on my Instagram page. Do I really need to put it on my Twitter page too? Yeah, you do. You need to put it all like on all the channels, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, to answer your question, Leah, then it's like developing that strategy. Okay, I laid the groundwork. I put down the foundation. Now, how do we build it up on social media?
That's a really great point. Partially because I think of any sport activity, the better you get at it, generally, the more you do go back to those basics and have to make them really perfect and clean, not go off in the ether and do 5 million other things. That's not what the experts do.
Right. And then you're listening to this person, you're listening to that person, and how many social platforms are out there, and I'm going to be on every single platform. And then it's just like, you don't really need to be on every single platform, especially when you're beginning. Focus on one, master it, and then move on to that second social platform.
That's a great point. And from what I understand, you have 5 main points that you want to share with us today about this. So do you want to start on those? Because I feel like we're getting teasers of them.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, and again, this is, let's talk about basics in the beginning, and then we'll get deeper into it. So the first one is, and this is something that I learned from Red Bull. When I worked for Red Bull, I was a marketing rep for Red Bull. Image is everything, right? Image is everything. They used to hammer that into us. Image is everything. So, like, what I'm encouraging you to do, wherever you're tuning in right now, you're watching on LinkedIn, you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, like, go through your social platforms, all right? The social platforms where you conduct business, and create a little social media audit, if you will. Okay. The first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that all the imagery, so we're talking your headshot, your profile photo, the cover image. Now, the cover image is specific to like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Instagram, you don't have that. TikTok, you don't have that. But so your headshot, your profile photo, your cover image, you want to make sure those are professional looking images, okay? Because those are the first things that people see when they land on your page. If it's a photo of you in your car, like the car selfie, or it's, you and like three other people, or it's some crazy cropped image, and just go speak with your local photographer. Go to a networking event. A lot of times at networking events, they have a photographer walking around, and you can get your professional looking headshot for free, or maybe just a couple bucks while you're there at the networking event. Boom, there you go. You have a professionally done headshot that you can use for all of your social channels. And then from there, you just need to get a nice cover image. Um, you know, Something you can whip it up on Canva, go to Fiverr. It'll cost you $10. Hire a graphic artist if you don't already know one. Boom, there you go. You look like a professional. As soon as I land on your social pages, I'm like, oh, okay, this person looks the part of business owner, coach, speaker, author, whatever it is. You look the part now.
Yeah. Well, that's a great point. And like you said, very basic, but really powerful, because the point of all this is getting people to get to know you, like you mentioned earlier. And a big part of that is you see someone, you look
Mm-hmm.
at their face. That's why we're on video right now, is people can see you and they get to hear you. And it's all those layers of how we as humans instantly perceive and want to trust someone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and then the second one, since we're moving along, on all of your social platforms, right? Now, they all vary in degree. Okay. So, Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, things like that, you really don't have a lot of space. Okay. Facebook, you get a little bit more space, and LinkedIn, you get tons of space. Okay. Whatever platform you're using for business, make sure you're using all the available info, demographics, link areas. If it's asking for information and you're conducting business, make sure you're providing all of that information for the person who's going to your page. If it asks for links and you have links for those things, include those links. If it's asking for a website, put your website URL there. If it's asking the about me or the summary or what do you do, who do you serve, what time are your uh, business hours of operation, if it's asking you for information, put it in there. Like it might take a few minutes, but like it shows that you care and that you are willing, you want these people to come to you. So give them the information they're looking for.
Well, and I would also see that would avoid potentially another problem of, if you're on multiple social media channels, now you have 5 people messaging you on Instagram asking about your work, then you have 3 people emailing you, and then you have 6 people on your Facebook. Whereas if you can direct them to that common source, I suspect that also really helps um, keep them all together and give you a consistent feel with your program.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, yeah, it'd be like walking into a restaurant and saying, "Do you have a menu?" And they say, "No." Like, why am I going to do business with you? Right? I don't know what you do, how you serve, how you help me. So I'm just going to walk to the next restaurant because they've probably got that menu. And now I know how I can order food. Right? I mean, it's silly, but like, still.
Yeah, people need the help. It's easy to assume that the information you have is information they have or will get somehow magically.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Well, point number 3 then.
Point number 3. Now, this one is like this separates the amateurs from the pros, right? And it's something so simple, but create a customized URL for your social channels. Like, and I'm thinking specifically like LinkedIn, um, and even like Facebook and Instagram and things like that. Like when you first sign up, if you don't know this, folks, when you first sign up for a social channel, and LinkedIn is the one that I always go to. Like they give you a default URL and it's like, John Smith exclamation point underscore 123 hashtag underscore percent sign. Like it's just this ridiculous haggard looking URLs. All you need to do is go into your settings so if we're talking LinkedIn, your settings right there on the right hand side there. And it'll say like fix your URL or create a URL. That's the URL that you want to use. To define your brand so people can find you easier. So you can say, hey, find me on LinkedIn. My handle is Coach Rich Perry. And Coach Rich Perry is the same handle that I use for LinkedIn, for Facebook, for Instagram, for Twitter. Like that's it. It's not Coach Rich Perry on LinkedIn and Rich Perry is awesome on Instagram and Speaker Rich underscore Perry on Twitter. Like it's just Coach Rich Perry all across the board. And so it's easy. And also too, like if you're going to link it somewhere, you don't have all that ugliness trailing behind, all the underscores and percent signs and exclamation points and numbers just randomly thrown in there. So that's something that you want to do too, is create that customized URL. It's right there in your settings, no matter what channel you're talking about, whatever social platform you're on, you can create a customized URL. And my next tip would be, so this isn't moving along, but like try your best to make it the same across all the channels. Like I was saying, you don't want it Speaker Rich on this and Rich is Cool on here and Coach Rich on this one. Like, because then you're telling people, oh, follow me on Twitter and it's this handle. Follow me on YouTube and it's this handle. Follow me on LinkedIn and it's this handle. Try your best to make it the exact same thing. If you have to get creative with it because maybe someone else already has it, get creative with it. Try and make it branded across all your channels. It'll make your life so much easier and you'll look so much more professional.
Yeah, dual bonus. It makes your life easier. It probably makes their life easier as well as
Right.
a client who's looking to find you.
Sure, because if I like you that much and I want to follow you and I love your content, I just want it all the time and I want it on all my favorite channels. I don't want to search, that URL on this that handle on Twitter and then I have to, oh wait, what was it on YouTube? Oh wait, what was it on LinkedIn? If it's the same thing, just here's the URL. Here are the channels that I'm on. Connect with me on every single channel. Oh, yay. All right, cool. So,
Awesome.
That's how
Well,
I hear it.
like you said, it looks so much more professional. And that's really what we're going for, is people get to know you as a person, but also trust you as a professional. Do you want to continue along with point 4?
Yeah. So now we're gonna go a little bit deeper, okay? And this is something that you, Leah, right now are doing, okay? You're sharing your expertise. So rather than just being on social platforms every day saying, hey, I'm awesome, buy from me. Hey, I'm awesome, buy from me. Hey, I'm awesome. Okay, we get it. You're a service provider, you're a product provider, whatever it is that you do, right? Whatever your hustle is, we get it. We know. And there are like you do need to have that ask, right? You do need to put it out there. You do need to have that call to action out there. You can't get the sale if you don't ask for the order, right? But you also need to build value by sharing your expertise, by giving out your tips, giving out your tricks, creating amazing content like this podcast right now, this live stream. You're sharing your expertise. You're also bringing in other people from other realms to share their expertise. And people know, oh man, like that's an expert right there. I'm going to listen to this person, right? Oh man, Leah, she helped me with this issue that I was having. I watched her video, right? So whatever it is that you do, find a way of delivering value. Give your best tips, give some strategies, put those life hacks out there, right? Think about your ideal customer, your ideal client. What are their common problems? What are the things that keep them up late at night? What are the things that those nagging issues that are just stressing them out and frustrating them throughout the day? And like answer those problems, create that video or make a blog article or whatever. Just help them to solve those itty bitty, nagging, annoying problems. And then when you say, hey, you know what? I also have this program, or I also have this product, or I also have this thing, they're gonna say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, you helped me out with the little thing. Oh man, I can't wait to get
Yeah.
your bigger thing to help me with the bigger issue. You know what I'm saying? So deliver value, build that value with your audience, with your fans, with your community.
Well, I love that not only because it's obviously giving back, and I do believe, the more you put in, the more you get out, but also because of the show, in terms of mindset, this is one I've heard from people before, is it's easy to have that scarcity or fear mindset. Like, if I give all my information away, no one will pay for it. And it's, in a lot of ways, like you said, the opposite is that people, they get the value from your information. They now trust that you can give them good information. And it'd be very hard on a social media platform or even in webinars and all these ways that we reach out to actually give someone the full experience of you, and for them to get the full benefit without probably going in depth and working with you more, for example, as a coach. And so I really love the idea of also helping people switch their mindset, maybe too, of I don't want to give it away on social media, to be generous with your sharing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Like, again, like, you're going to help them with those small problems, but you want them to come closer for the bigger problems that really keep them up at night. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Leah. Like, uh you're never going to give it away all away. You're never going to give it all away, because the people that want to work with you, they want to work with you. They and sometimes, like, I mean, think about it, like, how many tutorials are there on YouTube and everywhere else about getting fit? But gyms are still in business, because people just want to go to the gym because they find it easier, or they're more productive at the gym with the environments and this and that. So if you're a mindset coach, don't be afraid to give out those tips, because the people that want to work with you, they want to work with you to help them.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Well, I love it. And we have one more tip, the capstone.
so number 5 is focus on building relationships on social media. Okay, relationships built on trust as well. um People do business with people that they know. They know them, they like them, and they trust them. Like, no matter if it's your hairdresser, to your favorite restaurant, to your favorite movie producer, or your favorite singer, right? These are the people that we connect with. These are the people that speak to us. We know who they are. We read about them. We like them, and we trust them to do the job. And in the same token, you, as a service provider, as a product provider, need to be doing the exact same thing. So when you're on social media, when you're engaging with people, focus on building those relationships. That's the great thing about social media. And let's not forget, the root word in social media is social. So engage with other people, like what they're doing, comment. If you connect with someone on LinkedIn, send them a personalized message to thank them for connecting with you. If someone went out of their way to comment on your post, don't just let it sit there in the ether, right? They spent time to watch that video or to read that article. They spent more time to comment and share their thoughts or tell you how much they enjoyed it. So take 30 seconds out of your day to respond to that person. Um, you know, it doesn't take much, but those are the things that will uh really resonate with your audience, and they'll love you even more for it, because you're showing that you care. You're following the words up with action. Like, I'm a mindset coach, I'm a health coach, I'm a whatever, and I care about you, and I'm following it up and showing you exactly. I'm building this relationship.
Well, I mean, you've hit close to my heart, because, of course, I'm all about relationship and helping people have that. So I really love this point. And, you know, the term I've used before to describe this idea is ROI, or sorry, ROR. So like ROI is return on investment, ROR is return on relationship.
Absolutely.
So the more
Absolutely.
you put in, you know, people will give that back to you. And in the case of business, you're not only getting the benefit of the closeness of that relationship, but also that they do trust you to do business with you. So I absolutely love it.
And actually, real quick, if I can plug a friend,
Please.
it's sitting right here. Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm gonna go this way. Ted Rubin and Catherine Rose, Return on Relationship, right there. And it's a phenomenal book. It's a phenomenal book. So since you said it, I knew that it was sitting right here.
Excellent. Well, someone else got there as well. So I very much agree with those two. Awesome. Well, so Rich, if people, you know, are looking for some other resources, you know, would hope to know more, what's the best way they can do that?
Yeah, connect with me on social media. Like I said, I've been saying it the whole time. It's Coach Rich Perry, Coach Rich Perry on all the channels. And then go to my website, richperry.com. Easy peasy.
Awesome. And we do have that in the description. So please feel free, reach out. Rich has just been so generous and is a font of knowledge for all of this. So if you have questions or comments, please do that. Have I missed anything? Do you have any last points that you want to make for us, Rich?
No, just one more. We said
Please.
5, but I'll go because this is the mindset focused show, and this is what you do, Leah. I would encourage people to be you, be authentic, be authentically you. And if you're someone who maybe has like that, maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're just a brand new coach or brand new entrepreneur, maybe you've got some, I don't know, confidence going on, or lack of confidence, or imposter syndrome, or whatever like that. Be who you are, and that's going to give you the confidence because you already know who you are, right? I mean, you've been you for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Like there's no other person who's a better you than you, right? So be authentically you. If you don't know something, don't lie about it. Don't, fake it till you make it or whatever. Just be who you are, be open, be honest, share what you know. And if you don't know, just let people know, oh, I don't know, but I find out for you. Or, I know someone who does. Let me refer them to you, right? Or refer to you to them. Just be who you are on social media. That'll help you with the confidence that you need. It'll help you overcome the imposter syndromes and things like that. So hopefully that adds a little bit more value to your audience there, Leah.
I love it. I think you snuck in a Dr. Seuss quote there. I think there's no other person who's youer than you. So, that's
one of my
I think,
faves.
a fantastic way to end that. I want to thank you so much for being here. That was so helpful, and I really hope that people were hearing that and are hopefully frantically right now on their computers going, "Oh no, what's my handle? What am I doing? Where's my picture?" So thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate it.
And thank you all for listening and watching. I hope you have a fantastic week. We'll see you in a week. And remember, every thought counts.